Welcome to another episode of Why Is This Acceptable? We are going to sit here and understand this particular ceasefire that we have just heard of. We are going to decode what is this ceasefire for and who actually is going to gain from this ceasefire. Before we start, I will let you know that a ceasefire is always a good thing because nobody wants war. War is only loss of time, money, people's lives. It is not a good thing to want war. However, the ceasefire that we were told about comes with a lot of questions like one, why did Trump take the whole credit for it? Why is it that we got to know about the ceasefire as a country from a third party who is Trump, who is a Rubio, to actually be the first one to break the whole news that, oh, now like India and Pakistan have got a ceasefire? Yes, the ceasefire is good, but who is actually going to gain from the ceasefire? From what I understand, and it's an entirely personal view, I don't think the ceasefire is to protect India from Pakistan. I think the ceasefire is to protect Pakistan from India. Because Pakistan got a $1 billion loan from the IMF and we couldn't do anything. We were clearly ahead in the terms of Operation Sindoor when it came to it. I am certain that our forces, our entire defense infrastructure was way more capable to do what they're supposed to. Because of the ceasefire, now we won't be able to do anything because we will have to agree to the terms, which we still don't know, by the way, what the terms are. We are just told that there is a ceasefire and there was a clear violation of ceasefire within few hours. Seems like, according to at least Trump, he is going to take the entire credit for the ceasefire, which I'm still extremely surprised about. Pakistan, apart from getting the loan, is also going to get a trade deal from the US. The whole international community has sort of lumped India and Pakistan together, which is a very strange thing because at the end of the day, Operation Sindoor was a response to what happened inside Pahalgam. And that's how the world should have had known about it. But strangely, India has very clearly lost any and all support from the global community because during all of this, since the 7th of May, since the day that Operation Sindoor started, India has gotten very, very less traction in terms of the global media. Pakistan, however, has come across as the underdog, which is very strange, and has gained favor in terms of the global media. I don't understand why is it that we as a country that used to take pride in the fact that our foreign policy is airtight, seems to have no allies in the world. Seems like we are standing completely isolated while the powers like a China is very openly out and about supporting a Pakistan. We seem to be coming across as the oppressor, which is not true. And we also failed to stop the world from voting in favor of a $1 billion loan that Pakistan got from the IMF. What is the point of going to all these countries and all these photo sessions if we can't count on any single country to stand behind us at a time when we are justifiably going after The people who have caused the death of 26 of our citizens for no reason whatsoever. No other country has to seek permission from a US to do what they want to do. We are a sovereign nation. We should be allowed to take our own decisions. We are a democratic country who should have had been told about the ceasefire and what are the terms and conditions of that ceasefire by our own government. And we are not. Yes, our defense ministry has been doing very clear briefings, and I thank them for it, because our TV media is a complete joke. And we have made another episode on how the lies that our TV media told our people has somehow, actually not somehow, directly portrayed the entire country as liars. One of the biggest reasons that we have lost face in the entire global community is because our Modi media has left no stones unturned to actually humiliate this country in front of the world by just peddling any nonsense that they wanted to during a time where the country needed to turn to the media for a sane, proper reporting of what seemed like war. And we had ceasefire. India and Pakistan were under ceasefire when a Pulwama happened, when a Pahalgam happened. There was ceasefire. It didn't stop the terrorists from doing whatever it is that they wanted to. It didn't stop them from crossing into our borders and hurting our fellow citizens. So what will stop them now? Why will they stop now? The only thing that this ceasefire does is takes away India's capability of replying back to these particular attacks in the way that we seem fit, because now we are suddenly at the mercy and the beckoning of a US, where we have to go and ask them if we can actually reply to such kind of terror attacks. Because why will Pakistan stop? Why will those particular terrorist outfits stop? Because the ceasefire does not affect them. Ceasefire affects India from giving them a reply. That is why I want to ask you, the citizens of this country, why is this acceptable that we as a nation do not get to take our own calls? Why is it acceptable for Pakistan to go onto the global media and behave as if they are the victims? And why is it acceptable for our entire foreign policy to fall apart at the time when we needed it to work the most? I want to ask you, why is it acceptable for India to suddenly stand isolated on the global scale, on the global stage, and in the global game, while Pakistan seems to have a lot of supporters?